Chapter 2. Seminole Wind. The docks at Peace River Landing were wrapped in thick fog that night, the kind that rolled in off the Gulf and made the whole world feel small and dangerous. Visibility was down to barely 20 feet in any direction. Every sound felt muffled and distant, yet somehow louder at the same time. The water lapped quietly against the pilings below, but the thick mist made it impossible to see more than a few yards past the edge of the dock. Lanterns swayed on the Cuban schooner tied at the end of the long dock, their yellow light barely cutting through the mist. The air smelled of salt, rotting fish, wet wood, and the faint, sweet skunk of cannabis drifting from the wagon. Cole walked beside Sly, his new gator skin duster heavy on his shoulders. The thick, textured hide still carried the faint scent of the swamp. His twin colts rode low and ready, golden serpents on the grips catching the lantern light with every step. Behind them, Isaiah pushed the heavily loaded wagon, the big man's massive frame making the wooden planks creak under the weight. As they passed the gator's den, Cooter sat slumped on his reinforced stool by the front door, his enormous 370-pound body spilling over both sides. He was chewing tobacco, one lazy hand scratching his big belly. He barely opened his eyes as they walked by. "You'll be careful out there," Cooter drawled slowly, his voice thick and sleepy. "I ain't getting up to drag nobody's body back tonight." Sly laughed. "Go back to sleep, Coot. We got this." Cooter just grunted and spit a long stream of tobacco juice onto the planks. Already closing his eyes again, Sly couldn't stop talking, as usual. "These Cubans better not try any funny business tonight," he said, his gold tooth flashing every time he opened his mouth. 6 barrels of the best swamp lightning in Florida, plus 4 pounds of that sticky black water hash. That's prime merchandise, damn it. They try to lowball us and all. "Shut up, Sly," Cole said quietly, his Arctic blue eyes scanning the shadows between the stacked crates and barrels along the dock. Sly grinned. "You're too damn serious for a 16-year-old, you know that?" Cole didn't answer. Something felt wrong. The hair on the back of his neck was standing up. His instincts were screaming at him, the same way they had right before that big bull gator had lunged at him 3 weeks ago. Up ahead, 3 men stepped out of the fog. The leader was a tall, well-dressed Cuban with a neatly trimmed beard and cold eyes. 2 rough-looking sailors stood on either side of him, hands resting on the butts of their pistols. The older man studied Cole and Sly for a long moment before speaking. "You're late, McCoy." Sly spread his hands wide, flashing his famous gold-toothed grin. "Had to make sure the merchandise was perfect for you fine gentlemen. Quality takes time, my friend." The Cuban's gaze shifted to Cole, lingering on the gator skin duster and the twin colts. "This the boy they call Gata?" Cole gave one slow nod, saying nothing. "I heard you killed a 12-foot bull gator with nothing but a knife," the Cuban said, a hint of respect in his voice. "That true?" "He was between me and my skiff," Cole replied quietly. "Wasn't much of a choice." The Cuban chuckled, clearly impressed. He gestured toward the wagon. "Let's see what you brought us." Isaiah pulled the tarp back, revealing the 6th heavy oak, barrels of shine, and the carefully wrapped packages of dark, resinous hash. The Cuban stepped forward, pried open one of the barrels, and dipped a small tin cup into the clear liquid. He took a slow sip, then nodded with approval. "Good, very good." Sly rubbed his hands together, grinning. "Told you." It was quality. "Now about that price we agreed on." Suddenly, the sound of multiple boots on wet wood echoed from the far end of the dock. 4 more men stepped out of the fog, rifles already raised. The Cuban's face changed instantly. "This wasn't part of the deal." Sly's hand dropped toward his revolver. Cole's voice came out ice cold and calm. "Ambush?" The night exploded.